when I was at Wakefield, so I've been out a few years. A lad who I'm really good mates with him, even still after rugby, which I'm not with most people. But we were in the showers once, and he went, "Go on then, rate my cock." And I went, "What do you mean?" He went, "Is it a good one? Is it a bad one?" And I went, "Well, get it hard then." And he went, "What do you mean?" I said, "No one has ever done anything of note with a flaccid penis, so I need to see it hard." And he went, "Oh, I'm not doing that."
That's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Well, it needs to get hard for me to judge this.
Yeah. But like all the lads are laughing about that. But no one asked me if I fancied. Certainly, no one in rugby. You know, I get it occasionally from like newspaper guys, like, "Oh, how's the dynamic in the changing room?" I was like, have you ever been in a changing room? It's one of the gayest places. Like, people are just walking around naked, smacking each other's asses. Like, it's. I mean, I didn't get involved. I didn't get involved in that one because I didn't want anyone saying, "Oh, I'm taking liberties." But do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. I don't know if people think that I was stood there in the corner going, "Oh yeah, go on, lads," because that's, you literally just get showered and get out.
But I bet there's a difference between being in the closet in the changing room than being out in the changing room, because you're almost projecting what you think they're thinking now that you're out. In that, I don't want to look. I don't want to be involved in the banter because they know I'm gay now. So therefore, if I get involved in it, they'll probably take the wrong impression. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose the only kind of, if there was anything banterous, I hate that word, but like to do with, you know, people ribbing each other or on about something, if it was to do with dicks, which sounds like a really weird thing to say, I'd probably wait till I got asked my opinion, like, rather than just give it anyway. Because
do I have a nice dick?
Well, no, just if someone was saying, like, because you get people going, "Oh, I think I've got herpes. Does that look like herpes to you?" Like that's happened in the changing rooms before. So I wouldn't then go, "Oh, let's have a look." Unless someone went, "Keegan, what do you think?" No, well, they just ask each other. Like,
oh right,
yeah, it's just not me. Not like I'm a doctor. No, people would just go, "Oh, shagged this girl and did this. I think I've got herpes. What do you think?" Or I think does this look right to you? And like, there was all that kind of stuff going on. I would have thought there is a level of homoeroticism. There is with men in general. Men love other men. Straight men, gay men. Obviously, gay men love other men romantically and sexually. Yeah. But straight men love being with straight men. They love their approval. They love contact with them. They love, like, you only have to look at all the stereotypes of, "Oh, I've got to spend time with the missus. I'd rather be out with the lads." Because they would, right? And that's okay. There's this thing that these rigid, like, things around masculinity. "Oh, you can't do this. You can't go to be gay," all that kind of shit. But men love being with other men. They're, like, and I'm not saying they all want to smack each other's ass and grab each other's dick and walk them up the street, because they don't. But and then there's it falls into the sense of, well, how far can we push something and wind somebody up? You know, like with an initiation thing. Like we used to do something called three-man lift, where they'd basically end up holding someone down and someone would get their ass and rub it in the face, like. And everyone would laugh and joke about it. "Oh, do you remember when you got so-and-so 3-man lift?" So I think there's an element of how far can you push it, and also because that's what people are doing, you would be called out as weird or not getting involved or whatever if you didn't do that. So it's it is a really weird phenomena when you actually look at it, because it's but
it's not too dissimilar to what, I know it's hard to compare sort of puppies with adult men, but to see other animals scrapping and fucking around with each other, do you know what I mean? It's quite a primal thing to want to do. It's just
absolutely
be goofy and take the piss.
100%. But I remember, even like, if you think about when I first started going to the gym when I was like 15, I'd see men walking around the gym, like, especially old fellas, like cock and balls everywhere, flossing, like while they're talking to each other, and you don't see it as much anymore. I don't know if people are like covering it, or they do get in the showers with the boxers on or whatever. just thinks a bit weird, like. But yeah, it was. I remember when we were amateurs as kids, it got to an age, maybe we were 14s or 15s, and then suddenly there's like an unwritten thing that you didn't wear your pants anymore into the show. That was childish to do that. And then obviously just as you just get in the shower, it's.
What I find interesting, right, about you being in the closet when you were doing rugby and being in these environments is that if that were me, and I've had this with my straight friends, but it was way less naked around each other and what you're describing, you know, ass in face and stuff. I would find that really hard. I would like want to hook up with these men. I would find it very arousing. I would fall in love with my friends if they were being all over me and stuff. Like, did you not get any of that conflicting feeling of being very stimulated almost by all this?
Nah, because I think I was so. I honestly, I didn't, and I didn't even. Like, obviously, you might think, oh, they're fit or they're attractive or whatever, but I mean, most of them look like a potato, so that wasn't the case.
What, face or everything?
Yeah,
the rugby face.
Yeah, but generally, I think I was so scared before it came out about giving anything away that might out me, because I was convinced that was the end of my career if I came out. So if whether voluntarily or someone, you know, cottoned on and called me out on it. So I think I was also almost like, not to make light of schizophrenia, but it was like I had two modes. I had like rugby mode, loads, fuck it, yeah, and then, you know, Keegan away from that mode. I just didn't want to do anything that would jeopardise, nothing to do with my career, but my relationship that I had with the lads, which is probably why I was so scared to come out to them when I did, because I didn't want them to think less of me. I didn't want them to change how they behaved towards me. Like, I loved my time as a rugby player, and I loved the camaraderie and, you know, friendships, and it gave me a lot of stuff in my life that I don't think I would have had without it, you know, those friendships and that closeness. And so I just think I was so desperate not to do anything to jeopardise that. Like, it was just never a thing.
When you watch footage of yourself, say today, if you were to watch footage of yourself playing rugby back when you were not out, what do you think of that man that you see there? Do you think that's a different person, or can you still connect to that version of yourself?
When I think back to my life before I came out, it honestly feels like